it eats it. I'm not saying they should rip it down and start over again because I still think it's the greatest planet with the greatest system in the world, but the federal government is fucking out of control. It does not need to be that big. We could just be just as badass without a huge fucking bureaucratic government, you know?
Well,
there's way too many government employees.
Neither one of us know that for a fact.
Well, you think they could contract what they do out to the highest bidder or the lowest bidder? Contract it out to the lowest bidder, and then they'll all still have a job. They just won't be getting 103% fucking health insurance coverage for life on us, you know?
I think the most honest thing I can say is I have no idea. Is the federal government too big? I don't know. I know there's too many regulations.
Well, that's because there's too many regulatory agencies with too many people working for them. That's why there's so many regulations. They got to get paid to do something. They regulate shit. They write regulations.
Well,
if they weren't there, they wouldn't be writing the regulations. Get them out.
I don't know. Maybe if Congress did a better job at defining the scope of where this, the boundaries of what these agencies are going to do, then those regulations would be more easily reined in. You know what I mean?
Reined in meaning not ever at all happen? I mean, it's either a regulation or it isn't. That's all. To me, there's no shade of gray there.
Well, no. Congress writes the law that establishes an agency. And that law can be, we're going to establish an agency that takes care of the environment. It could be that short.
Right.
And then
by law, that agency gets to exist. That agency
gets funded and comes into existence, and it writes a book of regulations.
Right.
And those regulations can, be anything that somebody feels necessary. And I forget how regulations are approved, but there's a public hearing, comment section, and then there's a vote from the group of people in which are put up.
Committee members? Or?
Yeah, I don't know, something like that. And then the regulation basically is law.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go before the whole body
of Congress.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't have to go through Congress at all.
Right.
Congress has already done its job. It passed the law on creating it.
Right.
But if Congress said this is going to be, you're going to protect air and you're going to protect, these 15 airborne chemicals.
Yeah.
And you're not going to bring them down to a level, less than here.
Yeah.
So that they can't get crazy. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meaning if they wrote the law that established these regulatory bodies that reels them in a little bit more,
right,
then maybe we wouldn't have so much craziness.
Right.
And there's a lot of fucking craziness.
Of course.
And
there's a lot of good. It's probably 50-50. I don't know.
Well, I think there's some good.
Probably need about half of them is what I'm figuring.
Well, I don't. If they closed it all down and got rid of half of them, I bet the place would still run.
Yeah, it'd probably run great.
Or nobody would know.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the other thing.
But they would do something
it's just
like
keeping people fucking busy.
They would lay off the people that mail out the Social Security checks.
No.
Or at least run the...
Well, they want Social Security to go away anay, so that probably would be the first thing.
Well,
they just want to take it anyway.
if there's gonna be like if everybody wants government employees to go away, and this Congress on both sides doesn't want that to happen, then they'll get rid of the people that push the button that releases all the Social Security checks, because nobody's stuffing envelopes anymore. We know that, or putting postage on them. And then there'll be a fucking riot of old people burning down post offices because they're not getting their check.
I used to think that I would never collect Social Security, but I'm thinking that I might actually get to. When do you start getting that? Is that like the one that's you can't get it till you're 70 or 71 now or some shit?
I think it's still...
Or you can apply for it early.
62, but if you have a back injury or something, you go in for the disability.
I'm saying I'm working till the day I die, so I can still collect it at 62, right?
I think you get the maximum amount...
When you're 65.
67, I believe, for us. It was 65, say, for your dad.
But if you die, so say you don't take it at 62 and you croak before you're 67, does your spouse get it or your family or whatever? If you're not already collecting it, are you still eligible for it?
Yeah, but it's dependent on what they make.
I mean,
like my wife
paid into this
pension.
motherfucker. You know what I mean? I've paid into it, dude. I've written the tax checks.
Yeah, but so my wife has a pension. So if I croak first, which is inevitable, that's going to happen.
Yeah, she's living forever.
But she will. I don't think she'll get much Social Security because she already has a fat pension.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, but
Although if she were to pass away first, which would be horrible, because I don't know, I don't know how to live without her.
yeah, no, she pretty much fucking runs a joint.
And I know that she can live without me, but I'd have
Yeah,
a
that's
real
because
trouble.
she runs the joint.
It has a lot of elements to it. It's just I need this woman.
Yeah, well, she's wonderful. Patty's a wonderful, wonderful lady.
And so if something were to happen to her, then I would get a lot of her pension.
Yeah.
But I'd still be all fucked up because, I'd miss her terribly.
Oh, well.
We don't want Patty. No.
That's we were just talking about what ifs and what if scenarios,
No.
So you're saying that your Social Security collection is affected by whether someone's getting a fat pension or not.
Yeah, I
see. I know nothing about it because I don't care.
It is somewhat income based. I don't think you just get the money.
I really, on one hand, I hope that I get it because I paid into it, but on the other hand, I don't know if I want to get it because that will be confirmed that I'm old. I don't know. I'm still not ready to be old. I'm not afraid to die. That's different. I'm not afraid to die.